In the last 10 minutes, how Venezuela's president keeps his grip on a shattered country in the last hour. In the last 4 hours, Factbox, Venezuela's presidential election candidates defying global pressure. Maduro seeks re-election in Venezuela. Four Sights point to the presidency of Venezuela. Maduro is the favorite as Venezuelans vote Venezuela's Maduro's second term despite economic woes in the last 6 hours. Venezuela attends the trial of the polls. The Observer view on Venezuela's need for profound change, not a sham poll. Venezuela election, Maduro expected to win second term. The empire and the election. Venezuela, new U.S. sanctions aim to sabotage elections. Maduro favored as Venezuelans vote amid crisis in the last 8 hours. Venezuela accuses U.S. of sabotaging election. Earlier today, Venezuela says U.S. sanctions attempt to sabotage their elections. Yesterday, Venezuela, global observers ratify electoral transparency. Tomorrow's elections in Venezuela will be a joke. Venezuela accuses U.S. of sabotaging election with new sanctions amidst threats and defiance. Venezuelans head to the polls. Maduro meets with international observers ahead of Sunday's vote. Venezuela's unfolding crisis, as told by its version of The Onion. Brent price is anticipated to rise over supply concerns. Spain increases Iran oil import. How much does it cost to advertise a fake election? As despair continues to engulf Venezuela, voters go to the polls pimping out Miss Venezuela unconvinced by the election. Venezuela emigres stream across border. Here's why you can't blame socialism for Venezuela's crisis. U.S. accuses Maduro of links to drug trade. What if Venezuela's regime just keeps going? The United States versus democracy unconvinced by election. Venezuela emigres stream across border. Venezuelans are boycotting their presidential election. Powerful, unpopular Venezuela leader faces opposition foes. Empty stomachs drive Venezuela soldiers to desert in droves. Anti-Maduro Venezuelans not unlike anti-Castro Cubans. If your Brent notches 6th week of gains, the trouble with Venezuela's upcoming presidential election. In photos, Venezuela's empty election offers voters no relief. Opinion: this isn't ad wars, why I'm not even bothering with this campaign. Venezuelans head to the polls for a vote which is all but one. The truth about Venezuela's elections that the media won't be telling you. 11 dead after second prison riot in 2 days in Venezuela. PDVSA failed to set firewalls to contain $2 billion assault. Venezuela elections, a look at the key points. Venezuela's economic demise hovers over elections. Venezuela transfers inmates following prison revolt. U.S. slaps new sanctions on Venezuela. U.S. Treasury sanctions Venezuelan leader. Accuses Maduro, Venezuelan party official, of drug trade profiteering to vote or to veto Venezuela's election. U.S. slaps sanctions on Venezuelan leaders. Top aide U.S. imposes sanctions on Venezuelans ahead of presidential election. Maduro seeks second term in isolated, ruined Venezuela. I give and you give. Venezuela's leader dangles food for votes in the last 7 days. U.S. Treasury sanctions Venezuelan leaders. Top aide Cabello. 11 dead in prison riot in Venezuela. 11 dead in second prison riot in week in Venezuela. The U.S. blacklists Diosdado Cabello, number 2 in Venezuela's ruling party. Exclusive interview, Oliver Stone on Venezuelan election. U.S. sanctions top Venezuelan official Diosdado Cabello. Rondon: will Venezuelans vote to end the hell? 11 killed in fresh prison riot in Venezuela. Prison riot in Venezuela leaves 11 dead, 28 wounded. Your guide to the election in troubled Venezuela. U.S. sanctions powerful Venezuelan official on eve of presidential election. Venezuela's hostages of hunger.